guys, Trainer Kelly here. I know it's been a while since I posted a bite-sized update, Creative Works Edition, but I'm doing one now. Please excuse my hair. I just cut it today, so it doesn't look the best, but it should look better in about a week or so, but I really just wanted to get this video out. And sorry for the vlog style. I would have used, my newer camcorder, except, my husband is visiting his parents right now, so I don't have my audio wizard, so I was like, let me just do this vlog style. Yay! I'm also gonna try doing this in one take as well. So yes. What have I been doing, besides from the YouTube videos? Well, to recap, in December, I took a break. And from December 23rd to the end of January, I took a break. My plan was, in February, to get back to working on the Birth of Death, the comic, and on the other new comic that I have. After doing the first 12 pages of both those comics, I was going to, update some older comics I have done, and then just continue on from there. That's not quite what happened. Probably obvious. That's pretty much how things go. That's the way things go. Instead, what happened was, I held myself back way too much in January, so February hit and I got depressed. Should have known happened, because when I don't create for more than 3 weeks and I don't create for 6 hours a day most days, I get depressed. I would say I don't know why I ignore that fact, but I know why I tend to ignore that fact. But I'm not going to get into it here. It's not worth getting into here. But yes, I already know this, choose to ignore it, and then it bites me. So yeah, no, I fell into depression in February. I tried to, get myself moving and get productive. Besides from the videos, the YouTube videos, I don't know. I like these videos as an update, but I don't know. They don't quell that thirst for creativity to me. This is just an update. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's an update. So, yeah, in February, I was depressed and started inching through. Some of my work fell into a slump, into depression. That continued into March, and there was more things going on in March that kept me in depression until about the end of March, when I started coming out of it. And now we're in April. So when I hear myself talk about it that way, it honestly sounds like I did pretty much nothing. It sounds like I started something and then I stopped. It's not quite what happened. What did happen was that, I worked on the Birth of Death. I'm trying to remember, because my memory is so bad right now, but I think what happened was, I thought I only did one page, but, it looks like earlier in February, I actually, just based off of when I went into my files, I actually had worked really hard through several of the pages for the Birth of Death, and then after I finished page 11, which I think I did a couple days later or something like that, and I stopped. I started the 12th page and I stopped because I just lost motivation to work on it. I just lost all that motivation. And then I was dealing with depression. You can tell, seriously, I take my depression. Oh yeah, look at me getting, okay. Yes, so, after that, I actually put my online shop into maintenance mode. I redid the front page of my website to remove all the links to all the story content and the online shop and put up a nice big notice of saying like what's going on. So you can go read that if you want to click on the links below. Sorry, the dogs are barking. Yep. Okay. Not to get distracted. But I did a graphic for that as well, so definitely go check that out if you're wanting to know more. I reflected actually on Trainer Kelly's network, and I've been ignoring for a while that like I'm missing the bigger picture. I'm focusing on like something very, very small for Trainer Kelly's network, so I'm not seeing the larger picture. And I've also too been looking at Trainer Kelly's network through a gigantic business lens, and trying to figure out how to approach it business-wise. But it's been kind of like pushing everything else off to the side. So for me, I'm focusing on comics because I think that will draw people in, like, the most. However, the comics aren't really where the main storyline lies. The main storyline actually lies in the short stories. And then the short stories, there are some novels that kind of extend out or are a part of the main storyline too. It's not to say the comics aren't part of the main storyline, but they're not the main focus. The main focus is the short stories. Like, that should be what people are generally reading. The comics should not. Like, my hope is that if people do come for the comics, they stay for everything else. I mean, that's not to say the comics aren't important. The ones that I'm doing, I'm gonna stop doing them. No, I'm going to do them. I just needed to acknowledge that I need to write the short stories. They keep getting pushed off to the sidelines because I'm like, comics, because to be fair, the comics do take a longer time to do. I mean, I guess they both kind of take the same amount of time. But I don't know, it's kind of hard. I'm not really, like, personally in a position to be all like, hey, I'm going to, cut my time in half between those, because I don't feel like doing the comics nor the short stories right now, or the novels. I don't know. I just don't feel like doing any of that. But do you know what I am doing, though? Actually, it relates to the next thing. I had this other realization, too, that the people who are most excited for my works are the people who know me personally. Which, kind of makes sense. But they all know me personally to varying degrees. And I think it would help me if I was a bit more personal with you guys. Do you guys think that would help? I think that might help. That way, you get to know me and, and, what I do and who I am, so that by the time the story content comes out, I would think you probably would be excited because you're already, kind of friends with me. Kind of. Does that make sense? I do think that at some point my characters will be the ones to foster the connection rather than myself, but I'm not at that point yet. So, yeah. Upon reflecting on that, both of those things, I realized that I'm not comfortable with keeping my online shop closed indefinitely. So I did not want to reopen it until the short stories and the comics and stuff were rolled out. Because I want to use it to kind of kind of like a cross promote thing. But I'm not comfortable with just leaving it out for indefinitely. So I was like, hey, why don't I just release Trainer Kelly's Network generic merchandise? Technically I have one, this shirt right here. It's of Kelly. So this is Kelly the Dreamer, so Kelly the Dreamer would show up on my online shop. And then I have a generic version of her, the hello there one. What else is there? Yeah, no. So there's some artwork of like Kelly, but there's none of my anime personas. So I decided to come up with new artwork for those and put them on shirts and stuff. I do have artwork of my anime personas, but like pretty much none of them are appropriate except for the one where like I'm holding the orb and I like use it everywhere. So that will be on a shirt as well. But I wanted to have some new like exclusive artwork for like my shirts. And that's what I did. So that's what I'm actually currently working on right now. And that brings me to my special project. So after reflecting that I want to get more personal with you guys and that I want to reopen my online shop and do a bunch of Turner and Kelly's Network generic merchandise, I have decided that I was going to do what I'm calling a special project, and it's actually in two parts. Part one is the merchandise, where I've drawn 3 sets of 3 images. Well, technically, it's like 3 sets of 9 images, I think, technically, because it's got my girl side, my guy side, or the queen, the creator, and it's got Kelly the Dreamer. And Kelly the Dreamer, I went like real extra. Like I probably didn't need to do this. I literally could have probably pulled something from like my old pieces of artwork, but no. Here's what I did. I drew six pictures in addition to so Kelly is holding an orb in her hands, and there's orbs that are around her. There are 6 orbs that are around her in addition to the one in her hand. The one in her hand is actually going to be of the picture itself when I'm done, but there are 6 additional pictures. I mean, they're technically they're small, but oh my gosh, there's so many of them. It was like working. I had to spread over the inking for the first set, like over a couple days. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so the first set is just of like bust sort of shots. The second set are full body shots, and did I say the third? The first is headshots, second is full body, and third is chibi versions of the full body. So there's 3 different versions. I went extra on the chibi Kelly ones. So at first I was like, oh no, I won't draw the orb pictures in chibi form. I'll either do my chibi form, or I'll just reuse like the same pictures as the previous one. But no, couldn't just do that. Had to draw the chibi versions of all the orb ones. So. Seriously. But that's fine. What else? Oh, yeah. So that's all that stuff is gonna show up on merchandise along with a couple other pieces, and obviously like my shirt and stuff, which I'll link to when the shop is back up, if I'm not too lazy to do that. Or too busy. I could also be too busy. Like, who knows what's gonna happen once I finish with that project, but yeah, that project is coming. After that very, very wonderful project, there's part 2. The part 2 I'm actually not even sure if I'm going to do. But part 2 is called Kelly the Dreamer's Casual Adventures. And it will be a sub-site on the website, and they're just gonna be like, my original idea was just some really, really casual comics. Like, I'm just gonna post them when I feel like it, or when I have an idea or whatever, and they're just gonna be posted. But I thought about expanding it out too to like short stories and stuff like that, because it would be kind of fun, because it's Kelly the Dreamer, and I think in the long run I could probably use it to like, you know, wow, the lighting got really bad for a moment, sorry about that. I could probably use it to like promote and kind of almost offer like a different perspective to the characters and my stories and stuff, but I'm not there yet, obviously. But like, I don't know if I want to take the time. What is with the lighting? Wow, sorry, I don't know what's going on with the lighting right now. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do that or not, but I think it'd be really nice to just know, like, you know, I don't have to post it up all the time, and I can have some fun, and it just seems like a really fun, casual idea, depending on how I approach it. Like, I don't want it to be a chore, and I don't want to feel like, oh, I have to do this. I want it to feel like, hey, I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna draw Kelly, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna have some fun adventures with Kelly, and I'm just gonna have fun. Like, ultimately, it should just be because I just want to do it for pure fun, but I am not there yet. The most I did was draw the banner for it and create the subsite URL, which I'm not going to give you because there's legit nothing on it right now. Like, if you go, it's probably going to give you like a 404, is it 404? Yeah, I think it's a 404 error page, or it's just going to be like, you can't access this place yet. That's because I haven't posted anything yet. So, that's been... Lighting, stop. Sorry. Yeah, so that's all that's been happening. So I guess I will see you guys next time, and definitely keep a lookout on my pages and stuff. Because I want to get a bit more personal with you guys, as I said. I have some ideas, like, in my head too, brewing, for, just how I want to approach, like, different things, which I probably should, like, write down or draw or something. They're all business related, but do you know what, today, I mean, right now it's Wednesday technically, but I'm up from Tuesday into Wednesday, so it's appropriate for me to think that Tuesdays, after all, are my business days. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!